because from the plan we cannot see any parking on the ground floor, so we think
Yeah.
the parking is on the ground. Yeah. Mm.
So
And
you
also we,
have offices, residential, and two typology of residential. Okay.
yes, we divide into tower and courtyard.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and next page. About import data, and we follow the Excel to find the construction cost and to times the different factor. It decided by which year we choose the price, and then for the because there's green area on on the roof in the residential, so we choose the high price to selling our residential.
Okay.
And about the office, we found the in the PDF from the website, we found the highest price is only 1,100. It's lower than the construction cost. So we use this price to pay the 10% to get our selling price.
Okay.
Mhm. So, and the next page is this one last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we just move the public green area and the street in the last phase.
Okay.
And
Which
yes.
unit temporal you have used for in mouse? Okay.
Mhm. And
And in this timetable, I can see only the construction activity. Right.
yes.
Okay.
Do we need to put other data in here? Sorry, but we need to import other data here.
No, no, it is not mandatory to put also the revenue,
Okay.
but don't worry, it's
Okay.
okay.
And the selling plan, yesterday we changed the uh, phases, and for the private parking, we want to use hanger marketing to selling the private parking. So you can see we just put the last phases to selling them, and about the residential and office at the first we have selling some, but the installments is in another phases too.
Okay.
So
The a question about this distribution. Why you have planned to do not sell something in second period, fourth period for the offices?
mm, I don't know. This one this office is developed by another teammate.
Okay.
Uh, we because at first we just follow the timetable of this construction cost. We found in the first phases in this time. We don't need much more money for buy materials or to pay the salary. So we decided to selling our building in the middle phases because we
Yeah,
need
yeah.
more money to for the construction.
But it is very strange to see a distribution in intermittent way. So only
Mhm.
this, only this. I would like to understand why.
Okay.
Because usually it is a continuous um, flow of selling or construction. So it is very strange to see that in some period you decide to. do not sell something,
Mhm.
anything. So, okay. And you have distributed the cost and the revenue in the discounted cash flow analysis also?
Yes,
Okay.
in the DCFA we follow the selling plan and just change the construction phases to move the public green area area in the last phases.
Hmm?
And so this is all just follow the project timetable because in the first phases maybe it's just some for marketing cost or manager cost. And with when we get the AR number is still lower than 0.
Okay. I needed only to do a calculation, sorry. Okay. So with this distribution, you have planned to end all the operation of construction and the revenue in how many years?
How many? You mean the selling plan or?
You need 4 years and 6, 7 months in order to complete your operation.
Oh, 4
I think
years.
is, because remember that this distribution is related to 4 monthly periods.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So we need to change this time to 4 years.
I don't know. You need to see the project timetable and decide which is
Yes, yes.
better distribution. Okay.
Yes, we found the construction cost. Construction maybe need at least 1 years or half and 1 years, but the selling plan only 4 months. So we don't know which time we need to follow. Maybe need to follow the construction time. Right.
You can decide.
Okay.
And please, when you have corrected this part
Mhm.
about the unit period, you should correct also the calculation of interest rate in terms of discounted rate, because or you can see in the bottom part of this table, the negative interest, for example, and the positive interest are calculated for monthly period. So if you will change the period, you should change also this.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I see.
And also for discount rate and internal rate of return.
Okay.
But we can see this after. And this with this distribution, your net present value is negative, and this is not so good.
Yeah. Yes.
And the tier is very low.
Yes.
Yeah. Why maybe the benefits is lower compared to the cost, because in calculating the difference between benefits and cost, the net benefits is very low. I don't know.
We try to change the selling plan and maybe and we try to make all the selling plan in the last phases. We found that the volume will be better, but it's still under there. It's around um, 16% under there, but it's not it's still not very rare.
Yes, I think that changing the selling plan and move in a different way
Mm-hmm.
would be better. And maybe you should increase the price of the office because you have a luxury office, so we can increase more the price.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we guess, I don't know it's right. We guess maybe because the public green area and the street we cannot selling them, and also at first we need to pay money on spend money on the management. So that's why we get the amount number in that stays under zero. So I
Yes,
guess that's
looking at the total cost that consider also the management cost,
Mhm.
the total cost is lower than benefits. So maybe you should only change the distribution of selling plan and increase a little bit the market price of office.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-mm. Okay, because we have considered the selling of private parking. So try to do this change and next time or send us the file in order to take a review.
Okay.
Before the ends the course. Okay, have you developed also the sensitivity analysis? Okay.
Yes, we retype the value and to get a new IR number, and so I think maybe because the residential courtyard area is large, is very large, and so this two line will have
But it
large
is
variation.
change the behavior of the line related to construction cost, residential courtyard area, because it is not a line, the perfect line, and it's strange.
You mean this two line?
Yeah, the last point is little bit in a lower position
Mm-hmm.
because this line is line. So in your case, is like a curve at the end. It is a little bit strange. But
Mhm.
sorry, about the construction cost, private parking area, okay, it's correct. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I think so that the other one are the selling price and the cost of these. The residential areas are the variable that affected the results.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the other is higher.
Okay,
This
we
has-
will check this one again.
Yes. So please check the distribution of the selling plan, correct it, and correct the unit temporal distribution.
Mhm.
Of
Okay,
this.
and the last sheet is we also change this cash flow.
Okay. Ecco, maybe the problem is that at 11 period you have more cost than revenue.
Okay.
In the distribution, you can see that the value in this period is negative. Maybe you can start maybe to realize public green area before and streets
Okay.
in order to do not have more cost in the last period. So please try to do these changes and we can take a review again.
Okay.
Julia, do you have something to add?
No, I also want to underline that it is very strange to have not continuous selling procedure. So correct this aspect, and for the other aspect, I agree with Professor Dell'Anna. So change and make this correction, and if you want, you can send us the Excel file in order to check everything.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. When you deliver the final report, you can upload also the Excel file.
Okay.
It.
Okay. We just send the email or upload in the Weebip.
Weebip. On Weebip.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. So group number 6 is ready.
Yes.
Yes, we're here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Who will
morning.
share the screen?
I will. Marta?
Marta. Okay.
Yes, just a second. Can you see?
Yes. So which area you have? Number 5? No.
Number 2.
No,
Number
2.
3.
Okay, because we're watching some of the other people's reviews, we now moved the private green areas to the destinations part, because before we wrote it in the territorial surface. Yeah, basically this is the information for our area. Here we don't make any new changes. Can you go to input data? Okay. And here from last time, what we changed is that in the residential functions, where we have the selling price, we use the minimum, but now we wrote the average. So we corrected that part. Everything else is again from selling prices from Agenzia delle Entrate. And we use the low and the high value of the commercial functions. One is for the low and high. And
Can
for
I ask a question? Maybe to be coherent, you should change also the construction cost of high quality shops.
So they're not the same.
A
Yeah.
little
Okay.
bit, yeah, because it has probably
Exactly.
big cost for the construction. And about private green area, in which way you have defined the construction cost? Because it is very lower.
Just to add, for the high quality shops, the problem was we couldn't find another reference. Like there was just one, so we used the same for both of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how should we just increase it based on?
Yes, you can increase it by
Like
10%. I don't know.
Okay, okay. And for the private green also, we did it based on the reference, like that was in the things you sent to us. But yes, I understand it's really low. Maybe we need to find some other.
I didn't remember this value because it seems very, very low. So please check this.
Okay. Yes.
Mhm. Okay. And about, sorry, the selling price of private parking, you have not considered it.
We consider them as included in the building.
Okay.
Private parking is included.
Okay.
Then we can continue with the Gantt chart.
Okay, for the Gantt diagram, actually, we try to use the reference in the Excel files as references, but we're not sure about how to calculate the amount of time for building, for example, because the number of buildings is different. So we didn't know whether to divide it with the surface, with the square meters, and use it as a coefficient to be multiplied with our surface, or to take the same amount of time and in the hypothesis consider we have, I don't know, maybe more workers, more companies working at the same time. So for the moment we increase them a little and try to coordinate the different works all together. Consider that maybe many workers and many more people can work at the same time on the construction site. And yeah, basically we've used also to understand the order the construction site from City Life as a reference, just to understand not the time but how did the process went on there when they build the site, to give more importance to residential function and before moving to the park, for example, or moving to the commercial ones, shops, and so on.
Okay. About the distribution of the time for residential function, I see if I have understood, you have increased a little bit, which you have found in the price list, or
Yeah,
not?
exactly. We were also thinking about working with the square meters, but we didn't know whether it was a good measure because talking about time and square meters wasn't really maybe functional for us, so we wanted to ask that.
Okay. The important thing said it is that you don't take the exact period present in the price list because it is unthinkable that there is a lot of workers to work in the same time for the same development. Okay.
No, all of them have been a little bit increased, but like not maybe doubled or something like that.
Okay.
And I think, and also, for example, for the for the shops, we thought that of increasing a little bit more the commercial one, the high one, with comparison to the low ones, but we don't know if 1 month is enough or we should be more than that, or we just wanted to highlight the difference somehow.
Okay.
Maybe go to the selling plan first. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, I don't know, Chiara, if you want to like add.
Okay, actually here we just calculated and put like the percentage based on when we like think to sell the different residential or office area, and we actually thought that maybe I mean based on the sold, let's say on the sold row, and we were thinking to start selling from the second semester when the buildings are starting like to be built, and going slowly till to the 30th quadrimester. And instead for the installments, we went from the second semester and the fourth, based on the working plan, let's say, yeah, on the Gantt diagram. And the same thing we did for the offices and commercial area.
Just here, we had like a question because we kind of joined the two commercial functions that we had, and we did this also later on. Is it correct like this, or should we?
it is your choice about this one. But from my point of view, I don't know, Julia, please comment also. It is about the distribution of installments in comparison with the sold rate. Because in this way you explained that all the residential area are sold in until period number 6. So you obtain the
No, until the 15th quadrimester.
Because they have put before the installment and after the sold. The sold
Yeah.
is the percentage of they sold, but I think that you have to check the percentage of the installment with the Gantt chart.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this selling plan, you take into account the quadrimester, is it correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the Gantt chart, you take into account the month or
We took both of them in the Gantt because like each cell is just one semester, but we
okay.
consider one month, but we consider the whole quadrimester. And
Okay.
basically to calculate the percentage on the selling plan, we divide it by the number of cell and give a certain amount of percentage to each of them, to each month,
Okay.
and then
So
multiply it for the month
if I
involved.
understand well, in the installment, you put the percentage that is in reference with the Gantt.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And with the percentage of sold, you finish the selling plan of the residential area until the 13th quadrimester. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from my point of view, it is very strange to see high amounts of installments at the beginning. Usually is distributed like sold.
So
The
in a longer
installments and
period.
sold have a very similar distribution generally.
So we should change also the Gantt chart if we change
Yeah,
the amount of
this is also what I was saying before, that we increased a little, but maybe not enough, the amount of time dedicated to the construction of houses.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have completed also the discount cash flow analysis.
Yes.
Where you will change something, but we can see the first result, maybe. Okay. Okay, in your case, you have a positive net present value, and yes, a good internal rate of return. Okay. So for the distribution of the cost and the revenue, you have followed the selling plan and the Gantt.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And
I
after,
have a question for the sensitivity analysis.
wow.
Yeah. Yes, so we changed the we followed also the lecture and the presentation, and we changed the internal return rate. But the thing is that I think we missed a step to change the others, because by changing just the yellow one, we only changed these ones here, but the others stay the same. And I just have a question of I know this doesn't, like, this is wrong, but
yeah,
I don't know how to fix
this
it.
is the cost of land. The ERR of the cost of land is wrong, because the distribution should be similar to other one that seems more correct.
Because we haven't changed anything of those ones with the Excel file that we downloaded with the base, let's say, that we had. So we just changed for now just the yellow elements. So we put the initial input of the cost of land, the cost of residential, etc. And for the ERR, we only changed this one. And we were wondering how to change the others, because we tried trying to calculate maybe what was the difference between, like, how they changed in the base that we had, but applying the same change, the graph would become exactly the same as the base one that we had. So
sorry, for to this you should change a variable one for time. So
yes,
you have to change the input data of cost of land in the spreadsheet of input data. If you have linked all shell, you should change only the variable here in the input. There is not here cost of land. Sorry.
No, we have it here.
Okay. So in this in this way, in this sheet, you have to change the cost of land. Increase
and then once we have the
okay,
and then we get the EER from here and we change it on the other side.
Okay. So
okay.
You have to do this for all the percentage variation of the input data.
Okay.
And after you have finished to analyze the cost of land, you have to put the original price here again of the price of the
yes,
land.
we go back. Yes. So just one question. So first of all, we put the actual cost of land 80, so that all of these are already calculated with minus 5% plus 5%. And then now, for example, these are the right number. I just substitute 68 in the cost of 72. Then
I didn't hear you well.
Can you hear me?
Now, yes.
Yes.
Does it work now? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I got what we have to do. Nothing. Okay, I think it's fine. I got it.
You have to do this for all the variable that you have included. And the shape of the graph is a combination of lines.
Yes, it should be. Yeah, not like a spider.
In your case, is a very kind spider.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we knew it wasn't right, but we tried, and we tried to change a few things, but it didn't work. So we just wanted to ask to make sure.
Change this, and maybe you can send us your Excel in order
yes,
to
of course.
the
Yes.
revision. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
And, you have also done the graphs, the final graphs, the last spreadsheet. Okay. Okay. This is the distribution, maybe changing the selling plan. You also this the trend of financial cash flow will change. Okay.
Okay.
Julia, something to add?
No, for me it's okay with the comment that we made. So correct these things, and also for the sensitivity analysis. And if you have any doubt when you proceed with the sensitivity analysis, please tell us in order to correct this procedure. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, group number 4.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, who will share the screen?
I will.
Daniela?
Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Control L, Danny.
Hmm?
Control L for the full screen.
Control. Thanks. Okay.
So, yeah, this was our project area. We had area 1, and in that we had most type of residential areas and a few office areas which were luxury typology. And also we also had private green areas with the apartments. So we are assuming it together. So in the next slide. So we assume that this is how the distribution is going to happen, and we will be selling the private parking and the private green areas, along with included in the cost of the apartments. So,
Okay.
and we do not have any commercial areas, but if we remove the commercial areas from here, the entire script, like the entire links are going haywire. So we have still kept it here, but kept the value as 0.
Okay. Only on observation, I don't know if you have taken in consideration that 200 of private parking underground is
Yeah.
not the volume, but the number.
The number, yeah. We
Okay.
did not know where to put it. We just kept it there. We took the area properly, and
Okay.
we were not entirely sure because the volume did not seem correct, so we just kept it. We
Okay.
assume it would be the number.
Maybe you can add yes a column, another
Okay.
column in order to include also a quantitative value in terms of number. Okay.
Okay. Okay, just 1 second. Column. Okay. So we come to the next slide. So here we have calculated the construction costs and also the selling prices of each. In the construction cost for the residential tower courtyard, we took the A3 typology, which is I think the multi-layered building with the cost of the constructing the parking also included in it, sort of. And then we go to the tower which we took as the normal A1 typology, which was there. The private green areas, we took it as the same price as constructing the public spaces. I did not write it here. For the private parking, it was shown in even in that multi-layered building typology that the cost of constructing each parking is 9.909. So we calculated that separately as well. We included the cost. In the multi-layered building there were 2 parts, and then they showed it like that. So we added it like this.
Sorry,
And
I didn't understood. I didn't understand. Sorry. About the private parking,
yes,
in which way you have considered the revenue?
for the revenue we sold it per square meter.
Okay.
For each, we did not. I don't think there was any price for each individual parking. It was all per square meter.
Okay.
So we sold it like that.
Okay. But if you look the total of the cost and the revenue, the costs are higher than the revenue, and also for the offices.
Yeah.
In this
Yes.
way,
Yeah.
this operation could be not feasible.
Okay, so we should increase.
Yes, you should to take. I think that for the calculation of the revenue of say of private parking, you have considered the Agenzia delle Entrate.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can consider another price for this typology of intervention. There is a in the sheet about the residential function. There is a lot of different typology of parking. Maybe you can take the higher price from there.
So we should be selling, like, because for each construction of the private parking, I'm opening the thing here. So if I'm opening multi-layered buildings, the cost per square meter is the cost, and then they have separated cost per parking lot in the sheet from where we took the construction cost. So we need to sell each parking lot for more price than the construction cost of each, right?
Yeah.
So like 10,000 euros for each
Yes, so
parking lot, basically.
you can increase the selling price for square meter.
Okay.
The price taken from the Agenzia delle Entrate, or you can find another selling price for each. Taking,
Okay.
for example, a market comparison approach, you can take
Okay.
from Immobiliare.it 4 or 5 selling price, asking price for this function. I can consider it. And if I remember, the selling price that we have found on Immobiliare.it is higher than 9,900.
Okay. Okay. We will look into that.
And also for offices, you should
Yes.
increase the selling price because you have a luxury
Yeah.
office,
Yeah.
sorry. So you can consider to increase a little bit.
Okay. And we also need to look at that Immobiliare website for the price of the office, or do a market analysis.
You can try to find something on Immobiliare.it, taking
Okay.
consideration, I don't know, a luxury office in Taranto.
Okay.
I don't think that you find something in your area, so you should maybe to move to another area to find the price of office.
Okay. Okay. So we actually initially, when we did the calculations, we got lower value for, like, the total project output was lesser than the construction cost. So we increased the price of the residential areas to the optimum values. Otherwise, we could never make up the cost versus the selling price.
Sorry, I didn't understood. So
for the selling price of the towers of the residential area, we also took the values as optimum and not as, because I think the private green areas will also be included, should be included while selling the. So we try to do it like that.
Okay, thank you. And please write all of this information on the report, okay?
Okay, yes. Okay. In the next one.
Text.
Yes, we will do that. We will do that. This is our Gantt chart, and where we try to see which things are going to be considered. Like, we have not made the Gantt chart in the way that which shows the entire project outlook, but we have not done the consolidated Gantt chart yet, but we will do it now. I saw a few examples. Here we just saw how the timelines are being organized, which can be constructed first and which things are going to be constructed at the end. So we start with the residential area, the courtyard buildings, because it takes the longest time. In the towers can be completed midway through it. We have the months, and we also have the same timeline period as the installments. So in this, the question arises that how do we structure the installment payments? Because this part we could not figure out in the selling plan. Like, we took the same timeline as the selling plan, and this is where our construction ends, in the 5th quarter at max. So
you have designed this timeline starting from the
longest. building which takes the highest amount of time.
Okay.
Like we start construction on those first, and then the territorial areas, like the streets and the public places, can be done somewhere in between. Once the office buildings are also done, maybe something we can do it like that. But in the question comes in the selling plan. How do we structure our selling plan? Because here we see that in the first 3 months there are no payments made, but the investment needs to be there needs to be cash and flow while the constructions are happening. And so how do we do it? We put in the values, we did the thing, but I'm not very happy with it.
For the selling plan, you have to decide the way to distribute the sell, obviously, and
Yes.
You can sell before the end of the works if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe with a lower price.
Yeah.
In your case, this is a timetable that you have constructed, or it is taken from the example that you have uploaded?
It is taken from the example that you have uploaded, but we have added our own things to it. Like we have divided the areas like residential, the tower, parking, and the office.
Okay.
Instead of just residential and office, we did add other things to it.
Okay, but I think so that this distribution can make sense. But I have some doubts about the Gantt chart.
Okay, can you please help us with that?
Okay, this one. Because you have planned to finish the construction phase in the period of all, in the period 5.
Yeah.
I think that you can distribute this operation in a better way.
Okay.
And maybe differentiating the distribution office compared to the residential one.
Okay.
Maybe you can distribute also in different way the residential typology.
We did the residential typology in 2 different ways, the courtyard and the tower. That we did. They have 2 different timings. The courtyard buildings take 19 and the other one takes 15. So
okay, maybe you can move the offices on the works for the construction of the office in from the period number 3. I don't know.
okay. So yes,
not start all operation at the same time.
Okay.
And also for streets and green and public space, it varies.
We can do it at the end.
In them at the beginning because the works can ruin the streets, for example, or the public space, the green area. So maybe it is better to move at the end of the timeline. Okay.
Yeah. So we can start the residential construction at the same time, and then offices a bit later, and the streets and public at the last.
Yeah.
Okay, and that will change.
This is a better distribution of the works.
Okay.
It is unthinkable to start all.
Yeah.
At
Correct.
the same time.
Correct. Like I thought of it, but we did not know how to present it. But now we've seen examples better, so we can do it now.
Okay.
So, for the selling plan, so we need to change the formula. So we need to change. So in the structure of the selling plan is all right. We just need to adjust our formulas accordingly.
Yes,
correct?
if you want to, you can change also the distribution, or you can start to sell before to the period number 3. It is
Okay.
your strategy, because according to the distribution of the selling plan, it is possible that the performance indicator will change.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
maybe you can start to take this distribution. If the project is unfeasible, you can change the distribution selling plan in order to have a positive net present value, or an acceptable internal rate of return.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So then we come to the DCFA. Have you put it here? Or maybe we can open the Excel sheet. So we did this, but we have not actually worked on the DCFA yet. We just added our construction cost.
Okay.
We just added the construction cost and the selling prices, but we have not worked on
Okay.
this part yet. But I don't know if it's correct till now or
But okay, this is for monthly periods distribution,
yes.
or will you will change this?
Yeah.
Okay, because in this this distribution cost is not coherent with the Gantt chart.
Yeah, right now it is not. It is not. It is following the selling plan.
And also the
Yeah,
selling plan, maybe it is not coherent with the
Gantt
distribution
chart.
of the benefits.
Okay. Okay, so we'll change the Gantt chart and make
Yes, my
changes in
suggestion
this.
is to consider the same unit time
Mm-hmm.
for the Gantt chart,
We
selling
did.
plan, a discount cash flow analysis, because for you it is more simple to distribute the items of
Yeah.
cost and revenue.
Yeah, we did that. Like our Gantt chart, the major axes are all 4 months. So we did the same thing. We just need to move them forward and backward according
Okay.
to our construction phases now.
Yeah.
And okay, I think we have to listen again to the lecture about the DCFA and the sensitivity analysis.
Okay. And after you have to do the sensitivity analysis.
Yeah.
And the graph about the trend of financial cash flow. Okay.
Yeah.
So please revise this. If you
Okay.
need, sell us the Excel in
Mm-hmm.
order to take a review, in order to finalize the report, to
Okay.
prepare the presentation. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So if you don't have other question, we
Does
can
anybody have
we
any
can
other
pass
questions?
to the next group.
I think that's it. Thank you, Professor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay. The last group.
Good morning, Professor. I think it's our turn.
You are group
8.
8. Okay.
Sorry, Professor. In the chat, we wrote our group, but group 2.
Okay. Have you sent me an email or not?
Group 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Okay. Who will present from group 8?
I will present.
You can? or not yet?
Not yet, but I'm joining with 2 devices. Maybe the power is in the other. Okay, now I'm able.
Do you have area number 2, right?
Yes, we are working with area number 2. Okay, we are still in the first phase, and following other groups. Like we noticed that we need to move also private parking and private green areas to the destinations, and we start inputting the data, calculating the costs. Like we check the cost also from Agenza Entrate. We put the references we follow here. For example, this is for residential area. We chose this one, and we try to pick the cost more or less in the middle. For example, for this one, 1,550 for the selling cost. And this was the reference we follow. It was more or less coherent. Only the planning fee was not clear for us to calculate.
Okay.
We try to follow the references and Agenza Entrate together.
Okay, maybe for you it is better to include the private parking in the second part of the table.
Yes, we need to move, but yes.
Okay. Because I think that you have not, oh no, maybe yes. You have considered in the total of the benefits the private parking. If you go to the cell key 17, the cell of the total of the revenue.
Yeah, we didn't pass editing these tables, selling plan, and also the charts, but we just wanted to be sure before passing the next phase.
Okay, it is the distribution of the example.
Yes, we need to edit. We need to move ours. But it was useful to follow other groups today.
And you didn't have constructed the Gantt chart yet?
Yes, not yet.
Okay. Maybe for the next time it is better to...
Yeah, take the review again, yes. We will proceed more this week.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Other things to show us?
No, we just wanted to show this part.
Okay. Please, for the next week, go ahead in order to show more, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Group 2.
We are ready, I think.
Okay.
Group mates.
Who will share the screen?
I don't know. Who wants to share?
My computer is freezing when I share, so if one of you can share.
Yeah, I think we can share the screen.
Anna Camilla?
Yeah.
Okay. You are group number 3?
2.
2?
No, we're group number 2. Yeah.
Number 2, and you have area 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wait a second. Okay. We already take review last week. So basically we did fix what were our problems. So here is here is the first table with the destination of the areas, then the input data. We fixed it because we did have a problem about having the selling cost higher than like actually the cost of the process. So like we tried to fix it. And then we improved since last week. We also improved our Gantt chart. So we divided between offices, and then we do have two kind of residential buildings. There are the courtyard and the towers, and then we do have the urbanization processes that are about, I mean, like the whole area, let's say. So we divided into all the steps, and we assigned the time. So we're working on a time from 0 to 15 months. And we got the Gantt chart for each of the sections. And then we use our Gantt chart to go forward. So this is the selling plan about our period of time. So as I mentioned, we're working from month 1 until month 15. And then we went forward and we went through the next step, the DCFA.
We distributed the cost upon the 15 months based on the Gantt chart design, and we added the management cost and the general cost and the marketing cost, the percentages, and then we did calculate the total cost and the total benefit, and we got the economic cash flow. And then we got the NPV, if you can please go on.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah, the NPV, our value, and it was positive. And then, yes, and this is the chart.
The trend of the cash flow, okay.
Yeah. Can I go to the sensitivity analysis?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then we did the sensitivity analysis, and we put all the variables and how the initial input affected the IRR, and we put the variations, and we found that the parking is the least sensitive area to the analysis and to the variations, and the residential towers were the highest sensitivity.
Okay,
Yeah,
can
I will
you
show
see
the
the graph? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe you for this graph you can use a different marker for the different item. I don't know, like point for cost of land, or the Excel give the possibility to change the marker for the different lines.
Okay.
It's not very clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing is about the Gantt chart, because you have constructed the Gantt chart for each of these activity destination, but you should construct a Gantt chart that consider all of these. Okay.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to include this Gantt chart in a single one and distribute this construction phase in a correct way, with in a coherent way. Okay, because looking at this, seems that all operations start at the same time, and it is not possible in the real world, because maybe I should construct firstly the residential, after the office, and at the end the streets and the green space. Okay. You can't consider that all operations start at the same time.
I think they don't start at the same time.
I think so that in the discount cash flow analysis you have distributed in different way.
Yeah.
But looking at this graph about Gantt chart, seems that all operations started at the same time.
Okay, so we have to make it coherent.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to construct a new graph that include all of these operations.
Okay, so we make just one Gantt chart with like all the things together.
Yeah, I think so that this single specific Gantt chart can help you to define the right the time duration for all of your operation, but you should include also this in a single graph.
Okay.
And for other things, I think that all seem right. I don't know, Julia.
Okay. Yeah, for me, the sensitivity analysis is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Please finalize this and construct. We will upload the outline of the report and that you can use for the presentation, for the PDF file that you will upload on Weebip.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there other groups that want to review the assignment? I see two camera turned on, but I can hear anything.
I can't say I hear you.
Sorry, can you try again to turn on the mic? Please try to speak. No. We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Is it better? Okay.
So you are group.
Actually, I'm joining with the 3.
Okay.
Number 3.
We
Yeah, last week we had some Neda, if it's possible. Neda Saudat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, last time we sent the email for have a revision, and we had a problem with the Excel file, and it got damaged. We did it all again. So this time we want to show what happens. Trying to see the Excel file. Okay. At first, as we understood, we have to divide the also green spaces and even the residential parts for the tower and so on. We put the data like this: green space, streets, private green area, private parkings, and then residential courtyard, residential tower, and offices.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And then just one question was the how we can find the private parking numbers and even the selling price. So we saw that you mentioned in the other revision that we have to go to Immobiliare and find it somehow in this.
Have you done this or not? Yes.
Yeah, but even for the number of it, there was a volume that was 200.
Yes, but the
200
volume,
square meter. I mean,
the data about the volume of private parking is wrong because it is the number. It is correct in the way that you have considered the data.
Okay. Yeah, we imagine that something that is missing. So, okay. And then just finding the price, and we put it here, and the calculation will be go on. We also consider the technical cost and the marketing price that we found that we have to actually use it from the revenue to 2% of the revenues, and also 8% of the total construction cost that will be calculated from here.
Okay.
Is it correct, right?
Yeah. It is not mandatory to
But
put
here
this.
we have some doubts.
Can you hear me?
This was our concern, that because the construction. Yes.
Okay. It is not mandatory to put information about the other costs like general cost, technical cost, and marketing cost in this table. So should be free. But I even think that there is some problem maybe with the offices in this table.
Yes, exactly. Our construction cost was more than revenue, so we didn't know should we change this or not. And you mentioned in the revision that we have to make it higher. But how is it convenient, something like this?
Yeah, you should. You can, because if I remember, in your case, you have a luxury office.
Yes.
Yeah, and for sure, the selling price could be higher compared to the other one, to the standard office. In particular, for the selling price, you have considered the price taken from Agenzia delle Entrate. And in the case of Agenzia delle Entrate, the price of office are for existing building, not new. Is correct? If I remember. So you have to consider an increase of the price for the fact that the buildings are new and that the buildings are luxury. You can increase this value, I don't know, from 10, 15% compared to the standard one.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one question. Maybe one of our teammates. Yeah, we asked that. Yeah. We couldn't actually refer to for construction part. We couldn't refer to some files that we found that, for example, in A3 Excel sheet, it was all mentioned in the tower, and in the top floors were 2 offices. We thought that this is because of the position of the offices. It should be luxury or something, and then we used those data. Is it correct? Because
which
it was like yeah, in A3.
way
Is it?
you have reduced it? Sorry.
I mean, yeah, there were 2 floors that were in higher levels, and we thought that maybe these are the luxury offices. Is it correct? We use those data
Okay.
for A3 sheet.
Okay. I understood. Yes, it should be correct.
And then
okay, you have corrected the price.
And then we also thought that maybe it's for 2011 and we have to use the. Okay, this is the correct one. So.
Yeah.
In the selling plan, we decided to
Sorry,
because the tower start from a later. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm checking the selling price for residential tower and courtyard buildings, and you consider the same selling price for both of this typology.
Yeah, we found these data in Agencia delle Quadre.
Okay,
and
okay.
The maximum was 100, yeah, 1,400.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, also the construction costs are very
For the
similar.
selling price, we thought that because
Not that I said that it should be correct
the
to
construction
consider
cost
as
should be similar, or
yes, it's correct.
oh. Okay. Okay, we changed.
Go ahead. No, it is correct.
Okay. For selling price, we decided to start from different period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And because the tower starts from a little later, I mean the offices start from the little later than the tower, we decided to sell it in the fifth period of time, and the other from third and fourth, to make the distribution better.
Mm-hmm. But the formula or the time period free for residential courtyard is correct? Maybe yes, because you multiply the value period number 3.
Number 3 here.
Yes, because up.
Is it like this?
Yeah, not in the upper cell. For residential courtyard. But it is correct because you multiply the 10% for 0 and the result is 0. So you in this way you are stating that you are selling surface without take revenue. in this period. Maybe you can put 0 in the sold rate in the number 3
Okay. Should I
periods,
just
and
make it 0?
put this value in other periods after 3. I don't know, you can distribute 5%, for example, I don't know, in period 6 and 7, in order to obtain the 100% for the sold. If you look to the cell of the total of the sold rate for the cart yard area, or now is 90%. So put 10 there. Okay, good. Now works well. Okay. But the total
So I
rate.
corrected, and you told me that we can put it here. Is it now correct?
Yeah, but the total revenue is coherent with the input data.
Thank you. So everything after here, we decided to go to other charts. This is our Gantt chart.
Sorry. Can you back again to selling plan, please? Okay.
This is the sum.
Okay, but it is coherent with the total revenue that you have calculated in the input data spreadsheet.
Yes. Actually, it's the video comes with a delay.
If you go in input data spreadsheet. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So you have to check this.
This one, yes, but this one, no.
Okay.
The orange one.
Okay, maybe there is an error in the distribution.
The orange data is like similar.
Should be the same. Okay, they are numbered and should be coherent. So please check the links of the cell, maybe.
But here, this one.
You have to check this. Okay. So please check the links of the cell. The total cost, the total revenue, of that you calculated here in the input data should be the same that you see in the selling plan. Have you understood?
Neda, we cannot hear you. Maybe.
Sorry, Professor, we lost your voice.
Is it our voice clear now?
For me, yes, what you have to do.
Actually, we have bad connection. It's Okay, we cannot hear you, but we
I don't
try
know
to
why.
actually. Sorry. Maybe other guys can go forward from this point. I don't know because I'm still struggling with the WebEx.
I write in the chat.
Then we start with our hotel and shops and public street office. Then we start private green area at later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a question about the selling plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For this data, we don't know how to choose the different percent yet. So how we need to consider?
You should define this value. The installments refers to the revenue, the money that I can obtain from the operation. The sold is related to the surface sold. It is not very common to see value. A difference in the value between installments sold, but if you can consider a variation of the price, the different period, you can consider the different rate in installments sold. For example, if you want to consider lower price in the free periods, you can consider a lower rate for installments compared to the sold rate, or you can consider it also the same rate in installments sold for all the period. Okay.
Okay.
So that means we can consider the value by ourselves?
You can consider, sorry?
This value by ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
The important thing is that it is coherent with the distribution of the revenue in the discount cash flow analysis.
Okay.
We consider the value. We also do our connection with our construction time or the construction time.
It is related to the cost, to the construction phase.
Okay.
The selling plan, the Gantt chart is referred to the construction phase. And for you could be useful to refer to this in order to plan the revenue also of the different destination planned in your area.
Okay.
Maybe in your case, you have considered in the Gantt chart that all building construction start at the same time.
Yes.
Yes, maybe you can also consider to start something after than other, I don't know, maybe residential start at the beginning. After you have shops and office buildings, and at the end the hotel. You can differentiate this destination in the construction time. It is a suggestion. You can do what do you prefer. But it is very strange to see that 3 activities start at the same time, like hotel, shops, and office building. To make more real this distribution cost, you can start this destination in a different time.
Okay.
Carol, this is clear?
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. And after you can change also the selling plan according to this choice. Okay. Have you started to distribute this cost and revenue in the discount cash flow analysis sheet or not yet? Okay, so please, for the next time, show us the next spreadsheet in order to finalize as soon as possible your work. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay, you are welcome. So I think so that we can close the lesson. Julia, if you can you remain here in order to plan the report for the second assignment? Okay, goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And the end of the course, we just no 4 or 5 meetings.
Professor, I don't know if it's my problem, but it's very hard to hear you. The connection is very disturbed.
No, yes, it's also my problem. No.
For me as well.
Okay, I try to. Can you hear me now better?
Much better.
It's much better. Okay, so it's a headset. Problem with the headset. I said that we have one meeting in class. No, I will start recording this. So because I see that just 39 students. Okay, but I will start recording so the others they can listen and share information. Okay, I start with the recording. Yeah, I saw that you started the list for the review. Nothing bad. I will follow that list, but but I don't know how much time we will have after the lecture. That's the problem, because as we have just, I think, 4 meetings, I have to compress my lectures. So, for instance, today, instead to have 3 lectures, let's say, or 4, I compressed it in one unique lecture. I will go pretty fast, just to tell you what I have to tell you. I mean, to express the main I have to say notion of the lecture, and to close the last block, the first block of lectures. That means the block dedicated to the writing and architectural design or construction or building, or however you call it. After that, we start with another series of lectures. That's something that I will show you through the slides, so it will be easier to follow. I will continue with reviews practically till I mean, maybe a week, 10 days or 2 weeks before the exam, because after that you have to close your project and you have to deliver everything 1 week before online. We have to read it, we have to examine it, or maybe even 10 days before, because this year you are too many. All this information you will get by mail. I didn't ask you to submit now the draft of your 3,000 word paper, because speaking with my assistant, we said, okay, let's leave them to write another week, and then next Friday, the Friday before we meet in class,